US Vice President J.D. Vance arrived in Budapest on Tuesday, ahead of Hungary's upcoming April 12th parliamentary elections, where citizens will vote for all 199 seats in the National Assembly and determine the nation's next Prime Minister. The high-profile visit marks the Trump administration's steadfast support for Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, with Vance saying he is there to help Orban in this campaign cycle. The VP, however, noted that one of the primary reasons why President Trump sent him to Hungary is due to the disgraceful amount of election interference that has come from the bureaucrats in Brussels, attempting to manipulate the upcoming vote. He exposed the EU, stating that the bureaucrats in Brussels have tried to destroy the economy of Hungary, all because they hate Prime Minister Viktor Orban, a leader who ferociously advocates for the people of Hungary.
To the hardworking families who strive to give their children happy and healthy lives. To the young men and young women who seek to start families and careers themselves. And to everyone in this audience specifically, the young, bright, patriotic Hungarians who care passionately about this strong nation and its future. I am here for a simple reason, because I admire what you are fighting for. You're fighting for your freedom, you're fighting for your sovereignty, and I am here because President Trump and I wish for your success, and we are fighting right here with you. We want no more and we ask no more than to be allies against those who seek to push Hungary down. And you have drawn the attention of the American people, really people all across the world, because Hungary has been on the front lines of such foes. In 2016, when the rest of Europe threw open its gates, you said no. When strange activists came to tell you to erase your heritage, you said no. And when a war erupted in your neighborhood, you were kind and generous. You opened your neighborhoods, your homes, and your hospitals. But you never forgot the needs of your own people and why to Hungary, Hungarians must always come first. And for all these reasons, the President of the United States, the Vice President of the United States, and the American people, we admire you. And we want you to make a decision about your future with no outside forces pressuring you or telling you what to do. I'm not telling you exactly who to vote for. But what I am telling you is that the bureaucrats in Brussels, those people should not be listened to. Listen to your hearts. Listen to your souls, and listen to the sovereignty of the Hungarian people.
Prime Minister Orban thanked President Trump and Vice President Vance for standing with Hungary as its ally, highlighting growing cooperation between their two nations. He went on to say that President Trump's election has ushered in a new golden age for US-Hungary relations. And regarding the upcoming elections, the Prime Minister framed the vote as a historic choice between national sovereignty and external pressure, making reference to continued attempts by the European Union to interfere in his nation's elections. Orban firmly stated that Hungary will not let others decide their fates.
The years ahead of us will not be easy. Europe is threatened in parallel by a financial and energy crisis. If Europe does not change, they will be losers of both crises. And no matter what a wonderful heritage we have, the Western world will tumble down in history, and therefore we freedom-loving Americans and Hungarians have to join forces. We must save Western civilization, and for that we must fight the progressives in Brussels. We must close the Russian-Ukrainian world, and we must resolve the energy crisis. Fellow Hungarian countrymen, we Hungarians for that must perform a task that no one else can do instead of us. On Sunday there will be elections in Hungary, and these elections are not only about us. At these elections, it is a future and a fate, a destiny that we choose for ourselves. This election is about what path we wish to continue on. One path leads to a world where we lose our independence, where we are torn from our friends, and where eventually we shall become insignificant, where they would order us to take up arms, send soldiers to the war, and send money to Ukraine. But there is another path. The other path is the path of freedom, the path of a world where we can stand up as a pride nation in our place set out in destiny, where we can build the 21st century Hungary successfully and freely, where we can do whatever we want, provide support for families, freedom for Hungarians, and peace for Hungary.